Hello dear students, today we are doing a very important concept in the partnership firm, which is revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. So normally this is done at the time of the reconstitution of partnership firm. Reconstitution of partnership firm means whenever there is a change in profit sharing ratio or admission of a partner, whenever there is change in profit sharing ratio, or whenever there is a admission of a partner, or whenever there is a retirement of a partner, or in case of death of a partner. So we always value our assets and reassess our liabilities. So basically the purpose behind valuing assets and liabilities, that the loss prior to the change, loss or profit prior to the change due to change in the value of asset and assessment of liability should be given to the partners in their old arrangement. Like for example, when we are talking about change in profit sharing ratio, so whatever profit or loss that will arise before the change in profit sharing ratio, it has to be distributed in the old ratio. Likewise, whenever admission is there, so whatever profit or loss is there, it has to be distributed among the partners in their old profit sharing ratio and among old partners. So let us see what is the meaning of revaluation of assets. Revaluation of assets means we are revaluing our assets. Why we are revaluing our assets? Because there can be a change in the value of assets over a period of time. Like for example, suppose you purchase a land and the value of land is, let us say, 2 lakhs, and this land you purchase 10 years back. So now the updated value of the land may be 10 lakhs. So can you tell me what is the change in the value of asset? Yes, it is 8 lakhs. So your land has gone up by 8 lakhs. So this profit of 8 lakhs must be divided among the partners in the old profit sharing ratio. Likewise, let us take the example of liability. Suppose your creditors, which are shown in the books, creditors were rupees 50,000. But when you call an evaluator, then actual value of your creditor is, let us say, 35,000. Because due to some or the other reason, only creditors which are left now are 35,000. So here there is a decrease in the value of creditors by 15,000. So this decrease in the value of creditor is a gain for us, because now we have to pay less amount. So this has to be distributed among the partners in the old profit sharing ratio. So there can be basically 4 possibilities. Number 1, when the value of asset increases, and what is the opposite? When the value of asset decreases. Likewise, if the value of liabilities increase, and if the value of liability decrease. So we will be studying all these possibilities and how to do journal entries in this particular section. But before doing all these treatments, I want to tell you that there are basically 2 bases or 2 options available to the firm. What are those 2 options? Let us see. Options available according to option 1. First option is that when the firm decided to show assets and liabilities at their revised value. And the second option which is available to the firm, option 2, when a firm decide to show assets and liabilities at their, when assets and liabilities are to be shown at their old values. So what is the basic difference between these two? Revised value means updated value or new value, and here firm don't want to show their assets and liabilities at their new value. They want to show assets and liabilities at their old value. They will continue to show assets at their old value. Like for example, this is their old value. So here if you adopt this option, land will be shown at 2 lakhs, creditors will be shown at 50,000. But if you go for option 1, you will be showing land with 10 lakhs and creditors with 35,000. So it will be mentioned in the question whether to go for option 1 or to go for option 2. So let us see how to deal with this, and for this purpose firm will have to make a revaluation account. Though we have already discussed a revaluation account when we discussed the treatment of workman's compensation fund. So revaluation account is open for revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. So what is the nature of revaluation account? It is a nominal account, number 1. And this is very important account, students, I am telling you, because you will be preparing this account, revaluation account, again in admission, at the time of retirement, at the time of death. So again and again you will be preparing this particular account. So you need to be very careful while doing the numericals of revaluation account. Number 1, it is a nominal account. So what are the rules of nominal account? Rules of nominal account is we give debit whenever there is a loss, and we will give credit whenever there is a gain. So for all losses, revaluation account will be debited, and for all gains, the revaluation account will be credited. So this is the basic rule of dealing with the revaluation account. Now what are the main contents? It will show changes in the value of assets and liabilities. So changes in the value of assets and liabilities at the time of the reconstitution of partnership, not partnership firm, reconstitution of partnership. So its results, yes. What will be the result? Result will be either profit or loss. So results will be distributed among the partners in the old arrangement, in the old profit sharing ratio. This is also very important. And moreover, let us see the steps. I told you that there are 2 options available to the firm. They can go for option 1 or they can go for option 2. So let us see what is to be done when option 1 is available and what is to be done when option 2 is available. So I am taking option 1 first. So in case of option 1, what are the steps? Let us see. Option 1, steps available. First of all, we'll prepare the revaluation account. Preparation of revaluation account will be done, and then after preparation of revaluation account, we'll note its result. The result will be either profit or it will be loss. Then we'll distribute the profit or loss in the old profit sharing ratio. So these are the two steps: preparation of revaluation account and then distributing the result in old profit sharing ratio. So let us go for option 1, then we'll discuss about what is to be done in option 2. So first let us see how to prepare this revaluation account, and for that I'll be doing all the related journal entries which are related to the preparation of the revaluation account. So let us do all journal entries in all possible cases one by one. So these are the four possibilities. Let us take all these possibilities along with journal entries. So the first case is, this is my page 1 and this is page 2. I have made the format of journal entry. This is debit amount and credit amount, debit, credit, LF, particulars, and journal. Yes. So let us do first entry because it doesn't have any opening balance as in case of profit and loss appropriation. So we'll directly start with the change in the value of asset. So first we are taking journal entry in case of increase in the value of asset. Yes. So what is the rule for recording? Increase in the value of asset, you know the rule. See, whenever asset increases, increase in asset is always debited, while decrease in asset is always credited. This you already know. So I'll be going by this principle, this particular rule. So let us record. I am recording an increase in the value of asset. It means asset account will be debited. So asset account debit, and with the change, like for example, we have taken the example of land. So which value is to be recorded in revaluation? Neither this nor this, only the change. What is the change? Change is, yes, how much change? 8 lakhs. Because earlier it was 2 lakhs and now it is 10 lakhs. So change is 8 lakhs. Likewise, here the change is 15,000. So we will be recording with the change. This is very important because students normally used to commit error here. They either write the new values or the older one. So you need to write the change in the value. Change is 8 lakhs and change is 15,000. So asset account will be debited, and we have done the rule of revaluation account. For all gains, revaluation will be credited. So it's a gain. So we'll give credit to revaluation account. So final journal entry is asset account debit to revaluation. Now see the second journal entry for decrease in the value of asset. Like for example, if the value of stock decreases, so you have to value the stock at decreased price because it is either value at cost price or market price, whichever is less. So decrease in the value of stock means you will have to give credit to asset. And what is to be debited? The revaluation account will be debited. So the third case will be journal entry for increase in the value of, yes, liabilities. So what is to be done when liability increases? You know the rule for recording liability. What is to be done in case of liability? If liability increases, it is to be credited, and if liability decreases, it is to be debited. So we'll be following this rule. So here liability increases means liability has to be credited. So we'll write the name of the liability, like for example, if there is increase in bills payable, 2 bills payable. If increase in creditors, 2 creditors. If increase in outstanding expenses, 2 outstanding expenses. To liability, name of the liability, account, and we'll give debit to revaluation. Why revaluation is debited? Because when liability increases, the firm will suffer loss, and for loss, revaluation account has to be debited for all losses. Now see the next entry, journal entry for, yes, what is the next one? Decrease in the value of asset. So what will happen when the value of asset decreases? In that case, liability will be debited. Liability account debit, and to revaluation account. So I hope these 4 entries are clear to you. In case of increase in asset, it's a benefit, gain. For gain, revaluation will be credited. For loss, revaluation will be debited because asset is decreasing. Liability increases, loss, revaluation debit. Liability decreases, gain, revaluation will be credited. Then the 5th entry will be, this is my page 2. So 5th entry will be, sometime you have to appoint an evaluator who will evaluate your assets and liabilities. In that case, whatever commission you are paying, and that commission will be paid through revaluation account. So for that, revaluation will be debited. So revaluation account debit to cash. And sometime this process is taken up by some partner. So in that case, you can give debit to revaluation account and credit to partner's capital if partner is taking up the process of revaluation. Now what is to be done after doing these entries? After that, we'll calculate the net result. So net result can be either profit or loss, either of these two. So what will happen in case of profit? There will be 2 options in case of profit, and what will happen in case of loss. Firm will have profit if sigma debit side is less than sigma credit side. You will add up both the sides of the revaluation account. I will be telling you how to prepare revaluation. So if debit side is less than credit side, or credit side is more, then there will be a profit. It will show profit. And what is the journal entry in case of profit? You will transfer profit to partner's capital. So the journal entry will be revaluation account debit. Don't have this impression that we are debiting revaluation, so it's a loss. No. We are giving debit to revaluation account means we are transferring profit to partner's capital. To partner's capital account. This is in case of profit. Now let us see what will happen in case of loss. In case of loss, sigma debit side will be more than sigma credit side. So debit side total will be more than credit side. In that case, there will be a loss. It will indicate that firm is suffering a loss. And for a loss, you know the rule for partner's capital. Partner's capital will be debited. Yes. Partner's capital account debit to revaluation account. So this is the treatment This is how we prepare revaluation account, but before that let us prepare revaluation account. Let me show how to prepare revaluation account. This is my revaluation account format. It will be prepared in T format. There is no date column, debit, credit, particulars, amount, particulars, and then amount in rupees. Yes. So according to the first entry, asset is debited to revaluation, or we can simply, this is our gain side and this is our loss side. So by asset account, when there is a increase in asset with a change in value, and likewise to asset account when there is decrease in the value of asset, because this is a loss side and this is a gain side. Likewise, when will you have a gain? When there is decrease in liability. So liability account, if liability decreases, and to liability account, you can match this with the journal entries we made on the previous page. And likewise, if you pay some commission to bank account, commission paid, and if this commission is paid to a partner, to partners capital account for commission paid. Whatever payment will be making to a partner, that will be on non-cash basis. This commission we are paying to outsider. Normally, if it is nothing is mentioned, we'll assume that it is done on non-cash basis. Then what is the next point? Next point is we'll see the net result. Net result will be either profit or loss. How to calculate profit or loss? We'll check if debit side is less than credit side, there will be a profit, as we used to do in case of profit and loss appropriation account. And if debit side is more, there will be a loss. So let us do that. If this credit side is more, there will be a profit. So to profit transfer to partners capital account, and this will be in the partner's name with the old profit sharing ratio. Old profit sharing ratio. And likewise, if there is a loss, when will you have a loss? If this side is greater, debit side is greater than credit side. So we'll write by loss transferred to partners capital account. We'll write the name of the partner and distribute in the old profit sharing ratio. So this was your first case. What was your case 1? Situation 1, when partner decide to show assets and liabilities at their revised value. Now when they make balance sheet, they will be showing assets and liabilities at their revised value, means new value. Now let us see option 2. What will happen in option 2? Let us write steps in option 2. So what is there in option 2? Option 2, when partners decided to show assets and liabilities Meaning is that partners are showing all the assets as well as liabilities at the old value. They don't want to change. Don't want to show the change. What sort of change? Change means change in the value of assets and liabilities. They keep on showing assets and liabilities at their old value. Then how to deal with the revaluation of assets and liabilities? Now in that case, in this second situation, the situation 2, option 2, what are the steps involved in this? In this, the first step will remain same. What was step 1? Step 1 was that we'll be preparing this option 1. Step 1 is same. Prepare the revaluation account as usual. So you'll be preparing as in case of option 1. This was step 1. So here also step 1 will remain as it is. But after preparing revaluation account, don't just calculate. Just calculate profit or loss on revaluation. So you don't have to distribute, you just calculate profit or loss on revaluation. Now step 2. In step 2 you will be calculating their gaining or sacrificing share. You know how to calculate gaining or sacrificing share? Yes, this is old minus new. And you know 3 options are there. If it is positive, then sacrifice, negative, gain, 0, neither sacrificing nor gain. So if it is positive, it will show sacrifice. If it is negative, it will show gain. And here partners are neither gaining nor sacrificing. Yes. And in step 3 you will calculate gaining share or gaining or sacrificing share of profit or loss, and then form a journal entry. So when you get profit or loss, there will be 2 options. 2 options are in case of profit or in case of loss. Now you are going to make adjusting entry. Adjusting entry in case of profit, adjusting entry in case of loss. Adjusting entry in case of profit will be G2S. What is the meaning of G2S? Gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing. And in case of loss, it will be S2G. What is the meaning of S2G? S2G means sacrificing partners capital account debit to gaining partners capital account. So how to form that entry? You will be writing gaining partner in case of profit, gaining partners capital account debit. And how? And this is to be done with the help of gaining share of revaluation profit. Again, I am advising you not to distribute revaluation profit here. You just calculate. You can do this in the working column also as a rough statement. Also you can make a revaluation account and just calculate the result, either profit or loss, but don't distribute this. So why we are not distributing? Because we will be forming adjusting entry. So gaining share of revaluation profit means you will multiply revaluation profit by the gaining share of partner. Yes. 2. Sacrificing partners capital account. And how? In the sacrificing share of revaluation profit, sacrificing share of revaluation profit. And likewise, in case of, this is in case of profit, and in case of loss you will just pass reverse entry. What is the reverse entry? Sacrificing partners capital account debit to gaining partners capital account. And how this is to be done? With the sacrificing share of loss, and this is with the gaining share of loss. So I hope these two treatments are clear to you. So let us revise what we have done today. First of all, we have done the revaluation and meaning of revaluation and reassessment of liabilities, and why this is necessary. Because this is necessary because when we are doing reconstitution of partners, the old profit must be distributed among the old partners, and the old loss must be distributed among the partners in their old ratio. So these are the situations when you make revaluation account. Then two options are available. These are the revaluation contents: asset may increase, decrease, liability increase, decrease. Option 1, when firm wants to show assets and liabilities at their revised value. When they don't want to show assets and liabilities at their revised value, then next is, we did that at that time we'll be preparing revaluation account. This you have done a briefing of this at the time of workmen compensation fund, when workmen compensation fund falls short of the liability against that. So it is a nominal account. Revaluation will be debited in case of loss, credited in case of gains. So change in the value of assets and liabilities, it will be recorded here. The result will be distributed in the old profit sharing ratio, but with the condition. What is that condition? That condition is, if firm is following option 1, then it will be distributed. So first of all, we prepare revaluation account, and then we'll distribute profit or loss in the old profit sharing ratio. Then we did the journal entries relating to revaluation account in case of asset increase, decrease, liability increase, decrease, commission paid, and then net result. And this is the format of revaluation account. This side you can simply write, this side it shows increase in liabilities and decrease in asset, and this side shows increase in assets and decrease in liabilities. This also you can write here, so you won't be able to make any mistake here if you write this, and the result will be either profit or loss and distributed in the old profit sharing ratio. So what is to be done in case of option 2? If partner decided to show assets and liabilities at their old value, you don't want to show the change, first step will remain as it is, but with the difference that you will not distribute the profit or loss on revaluation, just calculate. And second, calculate gaining or sacrificing share. You know how to calculate, old minus new. Then step 3, you will calculate in case of profit, in case of loss. In case of profit, you will form this entry G2S. In case of loss, S2G, with the gaining share of revaluation, sacrificing share of revaluation profit. Likewise here with the sacrificing share of loss and gaining share of loss. So I hope this treatment is clear to you. We will be doing numerical in the next video. So you go it thoroughly, because this is very important concept, and you will be using this concept again and again in the subsequent chapter. So that's all for today. Have a nice day.